Hello, I'm Adisio Taye and welcome to your weekly show Close-Up, broadcasting from here, the Ethiopian Radio and Television Agency. In this week's Close-Up version, we give you details about one of the major news of the week, so keep it locked in with us. Ethiopian Airlines, the fastest growing airline in Africa, took delivery of the first ever in Africa and the second in the world Boeing 787 Dreamliner. It also welcomed its first Boeing 777 freighter aircraft. Rahel Tekle-Yohannes had attended the welcoming ceremony of both the airplanes at Bole International Airport. Let's take a look.
Ethiopian Airlines, one of the pioneers in African aviation, has been in the forefront to enhance air transport within the continent, having 69 international and 17 domestic destinations. The flag carrier is the largest cargo carrier in Africa, operating 6 freighter aircrafts to 24 destinations in Africa, Middle East, Asia, and Europe. The airliner is presently busy implementing a 15-year strategic plan known as Vision 2025 with the ambition of keeping its competitiveness of leading African aviation. That's why it ordered 10 Boeing 787 Dreamliner aircrafts as well as 6 Boeing 777 freighter aircrafts from Boeing Company. One of the Dreamliners touched the Addis Ababa Bole International Airport on August 17, 2012, while the B777 freighter arrived on September 20, 2012, where plenty of guests and government officials were overwhelmingly awaiting the arrival of the aircrafts. This can be put as a step forward for the flag carrier to keep its name top on the list of the growing and sophisticating air transport business. Board chairperson of the airliner, Adisu Leggese, and its chief executive officer, Tawalde Gabramariam, were among the ones who flew to Washington, D.C. to receive the Dreamliner. With the reception of the technologically advanced plane, Ethiopian Airlines has become the first operator in the world next to Japan and the first ever in Africa to experience the exclusive ownership of the phenomenon.
As a country, Ethiopia, and as a continent, this shows that how much we're making progress as Africans, leading technology, competing in the global stage, and changing our image. And that's why we call this airplane Africa First.
The airliner has also become the first in Africa to own B777 freighter, which has an exceptional cargo uplift, special temperature control capability for fresh produce, and fuel efficiency. This is how Tawalde explains the benefits of this ultra-modern freighter.
It's going to promote export because, you know, most of our exportable commodities are perishable agricultural products, horticultural products, and therefore they are dependent on air, and they are dependent on the ability to control temperature, and also speed is very important. Efficiency in general is very important. So the customers are going to take advantage of these new features.
The 787 Dreamliner, on the other hand, is Boeing's most advanced aircraft, which is made of lighter and composite materials. 50% of the plane is carbon fiber that saves money spent for fuel. This makes the aeroplane burn 20% less amount of fuel than other aircrafts that can travel as fast as it does.
The 787 is a very comfortable airplane. You know, when you first walk on the airplane, you'll notice it's a very spacious airplane. When you go up to the business class section, there's bins on the outside, but the middle is open, so it keeps that big open feeling. the lighting on the airplane makes it special. It can change to kind of accommodate the different times of day or night, different colors to match the outside, makes it a very special mood. The cabin humidity is higher than on other airplanes. So with a little bit higher humidity, you maybe arrive at your destination feeling a little bit more refreshed. Maybe you don't have that headache after traveling, and actually I feel pretty good arriving today.
This is how board chairperson of the Ethiopian Airlines, Addis Leggese, and U.S. Ambassador to Ethiopia, Donald Booth, expressed their experience on the Dreamliner during their flight to Addis.
When I flew from Seattle up to DC, I was invited to sit in the cockpit. I didn't see anything. I feel like I was in my home.
It's so spacious, it's quiet, the humidity is high, you come off the plane not feeling like you've been flying for 14 hours. It was a wonderful flight.
The captain, who had been flying airplanes for 30 years, puts his experience in B777 as special.
It's a very impressive airplane, very good to fly, easier to fly and safer. With the latest technology, it's the best airplane I have ever flown.
The arrival of the Dreamliner, nicknamed Africa's First, signifies Ethiopia's groundbreaking role in advancing aviation in the continent.
The arrival of the Dreamliner is an affirmation of Ethiopian Airlines' commitment to play a leading role in development of our country and the integration of the continent through the provision of best possible, reliable and fast expanding services.
The government of Ethiopia did not stay back from throwing its words of appreciation for the airliner, as it largely contributes to the development of the country. It is also linking Africa through its growing destinations.
You will have a reserved support from the government of Ethiopia for the future development and growth in the airlines. But we also expect from the airlines to excel much more than what you have done today and in this moment. And my people and my government is expecting to see that Ethiopian Airlines is one of the best airlines in the world, not only in Africa. I am confident that the leadership and the Ethiopian Airlines community can sustain this growth and the quality of service they are giving now.
Ethiopian Airlines is also contributing to the country's and Africa's growth with the introduction of the latest aircraft and its fast expanding network, thus creating vital air connectivity for economic investment and trade growth.
The Dreamliner, with 270 seats in 2 separate classes, made its dream tour on August 18 with a sightseeing flight to Mount Kilimanjaro of Tanzania with invited guests, government officials and journalists on board. Afterwards, the Dreamliner made its first flight to Lomé, the capital of Togo, on September 5th successfully. The flag carrier prioritizes the Dreamliner to principally serve for flights within Africa, then extending its flights globally. It also plans to deploy the B777 aircraft, which has a capacity to carry 100+ tons of carriage per flight on longer routes to transport flowers, fruits and vegetables. Ethiopian Airlines, which is committed to keep its reputation of boosting African aviation, will take delivery of 4 Dreamliners from Boeing before the end of 2012, 1 B777 freighter in the coming October, and 4 more in 2014.